Here are the 7 steps for going ghost mode. And there is no BS in here, because I did all 7 of them and I've got the date to prove it. So let me give you the short version first. I've quit 11 things in 13 years. And every single time, people watch me do it. Then that spring I did one thing where nobody was watching, and that's the only thing I ever finished. So step 7 is one with a name in it. So stay with me until the end. Before I start, let me tell you why you should listen to me instead of some guy with a nice desk behind him. So I've quit 11 things in 13 years. The first thing, there was a YouTube channel that I killed when I was 12 years old. And in the same month, it started to work. And I'm still here. I've got a small channel, no money, and I'm filming this in the same apartment. So that's the guy who's about to give you these 7 steps. And if you quit more things in your life than you ever finished, then this channel is for you. And I'm not talking to the guy who finishes things. I'm talking to the guy who almost did. So I'm talking to you. I'm going to give you 7 steps, so I want you to count how many of them you already broken. And I want that you put the number in the comments, because I read every single one of them. Step 1, tell nobody. Step 1 is that you tell nobody. And I mean not a single person. And the reason is that telling people feels almost exactly like you're doing the things, but it isn't. Your brain hears people clapping for you and it decided to work that the work is already finished. And that's exactly what happened to me when I was 12. I told everybody about my channel, so my friends knew, my family knew, everyone around me knew. And by the end of the week, the whole school knew about it too. And then I stopped posting videos because people actually watched them and the numbers went up, so I stopped there. I stopped at the exact moment it started to work out. And it took me 11 years to understand why I did that. And the truth is, I already got what I really wanted before I ever uploaded anything. Because what I wanted was to people to know that I was the guy that's doing it, and the channel itself was just the proof. So I stopped telling people that I fixed one problem and made a new one immediately. If nobody knows what I'm doing, then nobody is checking on you either. So what's actually going to make you do the work? Step 2, make it smaller than your ego. Big plans are loud plans, and big plans need an audience to make any sense. A small plan can survive in the dark by all itself. So my plan was push-ups, and I did the entire thing, 30 sessions of push-ups. And I wanted to be honest with you, because I didn't tell even though I'm properly at the start. But my first fall was so bad in the first 2 weeks, and I knew it was bad while I was doing it. And day 15 was first session I did it right way, and still counted 14 sessions before it, because a bad push-up does actually beat a perfect one, and you're still planning in your head. So nobody on earth would clap for the plan like that, and that's exactly the reason why it survived. So pick something small that feels stupid, and that small plan kept me going for weeks. So guys, leave a follow on this channel, because there's a new video every Wednesday, whether my week went well or not. And step number 7 is the thing that I finish it at all. Step 3, the gap is not the end. So step number 3 is that missing one day doesn't end anything. And I only knew that because of when I used to stop quitting. And I never quit on the day I missed. I always quit on the day after the day I missed. And here are the real dates. I made a video from that. I went from the 17th of April to the 23rd of June, and that was 30 sessions. But in the middle part of that, I went away in the holiday with my family and did absolutely nothing for 13 days. And I had the camera in my bag, I had the entire time, and I never finished once because I was too ashamed to point at myself. And the old version of me would have looked at it and said, it's dead, I start again on January. Instead, I just came back on day 14 and nothing special happened on that day. I didn't have some big moment, I just came back and did the session. The push-up session, by the way. So missing a day isn't quitting, but not coming back, that is quitting. So I came back, and that's when the whole thing got hard in a completely different way. But before I tell you how it got hard, I want to say something to you directly, because there is something of you sitting and pause right now while you're watching me. You already know which thing I mean, and you didn't have to think about it, because it came into your head the second I said it. And I'm not standing above you here. I'm just the one happened to have the camera on. And I also keep saying, here's the thing, when there is obviously about 9 things and I've noticed it and I'm going to keep doing it anyway. So step number 4, the voice sounds like you. So here's how it got hard. And step 4, the voice that tells you to stop sounds exactly like your voice. And it doesn't shout at you and it doesn't sound evil at all. It sounds calm, reasonable, like you're finally being smart about the whole thing. And that was day 25 for me, because I just had been sick for a few days. And I set up the camera in the morning to film, and I filmed myself saying I was done. That actually the plan for the day to stop everything. And the voice in my head had told me that I'd already proven my point, that I could stop right now and right there. So I filmed the session instead. And while I was doing the reps, I said out loud that the voice was telling me that I'm gonna quit. And I said, it's only in my head, then I'm not stopping. And I still have the footage sitting on my drive, which means it isn't a memory. I'm telling you about my story, it's proof. You can check out this video to see the full story. So you need to catch that voice instead of arguing with it. And I caught it that day, but there was still one thing standing between me and session number 30. Step 5. Finishing in the dark. Step 5 is that nobody has seen you finish. And we all think a finish needs a crowd around it, but it doesn't. It needs you to be in the room alone. So day 30 was 40 reps and the last rep was half broken and I counted it anyway. Then I didn't do anything about it. I didn't post it anywhere, I didn't message a single person. I sat on the floor for a while and that was the whole ending. 11 times I quit something and people were watching every one of those. And this is the only one where nobody was watching. And this is the only one I finished. So I know I talk all about the push-ups, but that's the only one I ever finished so far. So finishing things before anyone knows it started it all. And nobody knew about it, except for one person. So step number 6 is one witness. So step 6 is that you want one person and you don't want a crowd. The difference is that the crowd wants a show from you, but one person just wants to be with you, okay. So my girlfriend was the only human being who knew exactly that I was doing the 30 sessions of push-ups here. Not my friends, not my YouTube channel, not my community, no one knew that I was doing this. And she never once asked me whether I did it today, but she always knew I had. And that's the whole difference right there. Crowd asks you how you're going, but the person can hear it when you're lying. So find a person who you can tell what you're doing, but only that one person, and only if you're trusting them. So one person is enough, and the crowd are too many people. So that was step number 6, and step number 7 is the reason I'm sitting here 2 months later, still filming, still creating content. Step 7, come back loud. So going ghost was never about hiding forever. You hide until the thing feels real and you say it out loud. So let me say it like this. I did 30 sessions from the 7th of April to the 3rd of June, and I did 40 reps on day 30 and had one witness the whole time, and it was my girlfriend, and nobody else on the planet knew that I was doing that. And that's the date, the count, and the name I promised you at the very start of this video. And the only reason I'm telling you this right now is that I finished, so nobody can take it away from me anymore. I did 100 push-ups for 30 days, and somebody left a comment on my last video telling me he's quitting the same things 4 separate times, and he's still counting them, and that tells me that he hasn't actually stopped because he's still moving. And so do you have to move. And you started something back in January and you told people about it and you were happy and it felt good at the moment because everybody knew. And now it's August and the thing is still sitting exactly where you left it, and you're not even embarrassed about it anymore. You just gotten used to being just there. So go and do without telling anyone. And that includes your friends, and it also includes me. And come back in 30 sessions and I still be there sitting on this chair talking into camera on a Wednesday, still filming, still broke and still going. And if any of this helped, hit that like button because that's the only loud thing I'm asking for you today. So, and nobody watched the one thing I finished. And if those 7 steps sounded like your own life in that exact order, then this channel belongs to you. because there's a new video every Wednesday, and it doesn't matter whether my next week is good or bad. So next Wednesday I'm going after the question I can't still answer because I made 30 sessions with nobody watching. But I've never made 3 years at anything in my life. And right now I'm into 9 months of 3 years that I made a promise to myself to make 1 video every week on my YouTube channel. And honestly, I don't know yet whether I'm going to finish that one or if I'm gonna quit. But we can do it together. But as for that, thank you for watching, guys, and I'm rooting for you.